Welcome friends, I'm so happy you're here for another episode of the AgithaCreates Knitting Podcast. This is going to be a bit of a different episode. Yesterday, I was just scrolling through Instagram and thankfully I ran into a reel regarding apparently the University of Minnesota has a warehouse where they sell desks and chairs and just general items that they no longer use. So they're sold at a discounted price. And someone commented something about how they host a garage sale every once in a while. And out of curiosity, I looked it up. Turns out that 1 week from now, there will be a garage sale on yarn. What are the chances? So I'm in a destashing journey, but I do have a problem with buying yarn. So of course I bought tickets so that I can go and maybe buy yarn, maybe buy I do need some knitting needles in some sizes that I don't have, and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to go. My intention is to maybe only buy something that might be too good to pass up. So maybe if there's a sweater's quantity of a yarn of a fiber that I would really like to work with, or something that I've never seen before, that is something that I can allow myself to purchase, but I'm gonna try extremely hard to be very picky on what it is that I'm gonna allow myself to buy. But also I only have knitting needles up to 5 millimeters. And I would really like to have bigger size needles for some bulkier garments that I would like to make. Especially Kutovatika, one of the sweaters that I wanted to make, the sorbet sweater, I can't make because I do not have the knitting needles for it. So right now we're gonna look at what the event is all about. I was so excited about just the premise of the whole thing that I didn't do too much research into what it is that I'm buying tickets for. I did go for the slightly more expensive ticket so I can have first dibs on whatever it is that they're selling. This event is hosted by a place called the Textile Center. The tickets were sold at different price points for whether you wanted to go on Friday or if you wanted to go on Saturday on different time slots. So of course, the time slots were most expensive for Friday, a lot less expensive for Saturday morning, and cheapest for Saturday afternoon. I am crazy, so of course I bought the tickets for Friday, and it was a $25 ticket. In the grand scheme of things, it's not like, I'm not crazy. It's just $25. And so, I mean, $25 is $25, but anyway, they're gonna sell yarn, they're gonna sell books, kits, notions, I don't care about patterns, tools and supplies, and large tools. Alright, so this is some rules for the people who donated stuff for selling. No scraps, no finished goods, no dirty, moldy, or smoke damaged items, no broken or non-working machines and tools, and no magazines. Okay. I appreciate that reminder for the people who are selling their yarn. If I walk out of there with nothing, that will absolutely be a win. The only thing that I think could be negative is if I cave and buy something that deep down within me I know that I do not need. That is worst case scenario. So, I will see you guys in a few seconds when we should be on our way to the garage sale. Hello there. What is this, you may ask? I finally got myself a microphone. I really hope this works. This is take 1. So if this works, I'm gonna be extremely impressed. Yesterday was the garage sale at the Textile Center, and it was a great time. I had a really good time. There was definitely a little bit of a chaotic vibe going on, not gonna lie. But that's just because everyone there was so keen on making the most out of being there, considering everyone paid $25 tickets to be there and have first dibs on everything. It was a small space with a lot of stuff packed in there. I'm very happy with the things that I got and for the restraint that I practiced. So before we keep moving forward, let me make sure that the microphone is working. Well, would you look at that? The microphone does work. I feel like I need to lower my voice though. I got so used to having to really project my voice so that my camera could capture it that now I feel like I feel like I was yelling into the microphone. So I'm gonna try to chill. But let's go through the things that I bought. Granted, I did not buy a ton of stuff, considering that I was mainly just there for knitting needles. Dun da da da. First of all, I got myself a project bag, and I'm very excited about it because from what you can see from this mess right here, my problem. Oh my god, this is such a mess on my desk. I'm so sorry. This is my absolute favorite project bag, and it is perfect for a lot of things. But once, this is the second sweater that I made. The first one was the Even Easier Eyelet Yoke by Knititude. Definitely after a certain point, this is just way too small. So when I saw this project bag, well, it's a project box, um, for the grand total of $5, I just had to get it. I think that this is going to be really, really good for my sweater project. So this is number one. Let me fix my desk a little bit. I wanted to give you guys the hard truth of what my desk looks like, but now I'm regretting it because it's a little embarrassing. Alrighty. Nice open desk. So I bought this. Oops, nope, still got some stuff over here. So I bought this project bag. I'm gonna call it a project bag. I bought this for $5 whole bucks. I am very happy about that. The brand is 31 spelled out. There were two of these. I grabbed the one that I thought was cutest, but they look like they've never been used. I do still have antibacterial wipes. I am definitely going to wipe this down just in case. But I'm very happy with it. I think it's going to be great for my sweaters. Now, let's not try to kid ourselves. I bought yarn. However, I only bought one. And where do I put this? Let's lower this. Alrighty. So, the reason why I decided that this was one yarn that I just absolutely needed to have is because it's an Australian yarn. And I have never seen Australian yarn before. It is from the brand Queensland Collection called Perth. It's Australian superwash wool blend. It is 80% superwash wool, 20% nylon. It is a sock yarn. Also, it's green. And I freaking love green. It was originally $14 and I got it for $6. So, considering all of the yarns that I saw, I do think that $6 for it was acceptable. There was so much yarn, you guys. There were entire luggers full of yarn with mohair in it, entire tables full of wool yarn, 100% wool blends, mohair, linen, cotton. There were cones of yarn. There was a whole wall of acrylic yarn that no one touched for quite a while. Okay, let me not get ahead of myself, but basically I went straight for the knitting needles. And once I was done looking at the knitting needles, it had already only been like 15 or 20 minutes. I might as well just walk around and look at everything else that's there. And if there was anything that caught my eye that I could just not pass up, I was going to buy it. But I was also not willing to spend more than 20 bucks on yarn because there's just no way. That would be not a good show of self-restraint. But I ran into this one, really cool. There were definitely a couple of other yarns that I almost allowed myself to break my own personal rule, but then I got a text from my husband saying like, yeah, right, as if you're not gonna bring yarn back home. I immediately put that yarn back, cause yeah. But I couldn't pass this one up, so I'm very, very happy with this one. It's so pretty. I'm wondering if I could, I don't want to make socks. I'm not interested in making socks. But I'm wondering if I could make maybe some mittens out of this yarn. I think that that would be really cute. I definitely, I have a, I'm getting rambly. Let's move on. Next up, before we talk about, sorry if I disturbed the microphone. I'm gonna try to be better at that. I'm not used to it. When I was walking around just looking at stuff, I found these metallic embroidery flosses. Super, super cute. We are coming to, what day is today? Today is the 3rd of February. We're getting very close to Valentine's Day. And I've been considering for Valentine's Day this year, I was considering for a while to print pictures of my husband's and I's wedding from last year and using metallic embroidery floss to do some cute designs on them. I did print the pictures yesterday after I left the Textile Center with these embroidery flosses. So that's what these are for, and they were just $2. And it's perfect. It's not a lot of metallic embroidery floss, which is perfect. I only need them for one project. They were just $2 and they're so pretty. I'm very happy with them. Now, these are all of the knitting needles that I bought. I felt quite pleased with the fact that they had a lot of knitting needles. A lot of knitting needles, and then a lot of them were just loose, but they also had a huge, very nice variety of Addi Turbo knitting needles, all of them in their original package. So I was very happy about that. They even have the original price on them. So they bought these at the Sheepy Yarn Shop. I think, yeah, that's a store here in the Twin Cities. So they spent I didn't realize how much money they spent. Clearly, these are from the same person. These are from the same person who donated them. And then these are from another person, maybe. And then this one is the only one that's not in its original packaging. This one was $19. This one was $20. And this one was $15. And I bought all these for $3, $1 each circular knitting needle. I mean, what a steal. Sorry for yelling, but what a steal, you guys. $1 each. I'm so happy that I went. All right, here are all of the knitting needles that I got. So these are 3mm needles in a 12-inch long cord. Then I have 3.5mm needles, and these are in 20-inch long cords. I have a 6mm in 32 inches, a 6.5 in 32 inches. I have an 8mm and a 9mm needles, and then I have 10mm and 40-inch long circumference. So I bought 7 needles for $7. I'm very happy with that. I had a really good time at the garage sale. if you live in the Twin Cities area or anywhere nearby and you don't mind the trip. And if you're into sewing, apparently they have an even bigger garage sale in April, sometime in April. And I was told that it is mostly focused on fabric and sewing machines, but the lady at the front desk did also say that they do also include yarns in there. So if you're interested, look into it, check it out. I am super excited about this project box. This is going to be great for my sweaters, and this is going to be great for my Valentine's Day gift, and this is going to be great for me to just say that I have something made out of Australian yarn. So there you have it. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun. It was fun to be in Minneapolis again after a minute. And if you want to support our local Twin Cities Textile Center, look into their April garage sale. That's it. I hope you had a fun time, and I hope you'll look into that April garage sale that they're going to be having, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.